Before long, this strange matrix, when approaching the front of the stuffed doll display plants, Mitsuko of Weaver's clothes had stopped suddenly. Perfect. Hey, you guys, why Kitamura had been tied up, I guess you know the reason. He is, after all, while putting both hands to non-care likely to pocket, issued a bad question of thin slightly. Doki you a little, because I have something to ask this person. Kuraji knew whether the woman thought to do so as to push aside the man was approached in front of the eye of Mitsuko. You, if I were Mitsuko, that had been immediately saw this as a person. I sincerely apologize, but know that you really Mitsuko? Incredibly think considering me. You Mitsuko, and softening would not it's please take a noisy false mustache. Please take the beard quickly. Quote, she is miserable to be, it was like, such as pleading tone. Even if Naku taken something, lol, beard, you would already know perfectly. But you know, you'll afraid that guess my name. The evidence. Your complexion is pale as if like a ghoster you are not in there. Quote, workers' clothing was not a really Mitsuko word, even not longer ones such as the minions of thieves. In addition, the voice, as the crisp tone, or not, there was a sound that was familiar ear something. Black robe lady, so much of passion, relatives could not be had to come trembling and trembling. Well then, you, do not be hesitate, what you are you hesitant, and said, behold, the first operative's clothes did not already laughing. To his entire body, solemn thing was felt something. Black clothes lady, remember, and scorching, those cold, the armpit is flowing down. Kogoro Agechi, you'll be Mr. Agechi. And Noke to go to, I think people, was relieved. Yes, you're it. While much no one that had been noticed before noticed, IU of cowardice had put forcibly suppressed the idea. Operative's clothes of a person, says while, was Mushirito, a false mustache of face throughout. Then, the has emerged from under it, but had to make up in seems Jun-chan complexion. Unmistakable Kogoro Agechi, was Kogoro Agechi of nostalgia. But do why there can be such a thing, too, of that Enshu midst. I was thrown as, well that whether why survived. Ha 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 ha, when are you that, this me, do you have with the intention through? There is a fundamental illusion I'm you were not in that chair. Had been confined to the inside of the chair as a poor Mitsuko. No way, I did not think I would do that. I stowed her in order to continue the work of the detective in disguise in. Tied the Mitsuko, wearing a gag, a great hiding place. It had been confined to the inside of that man chair. Therefore, Thorns the last moment to say Mitsuko it was of his. I think that it cannot really sorry. Quote, well then, there is that, and was Mitsuko. You were garbled in Mitsuko. Did much no come to the engine room. Quote, unplugged a truly woman bandits also poison, heard the like Otanashi Yaka mouth like a lady. Is it true? But, is Mitsuko which had been fitted with a gag? Why when you, that you had said Annani things, I believe that in the medium and out of the chair at a cushion, to discuss various no or, it was mind talk was the, well then, in that cabin, you will is put a big costume cupboard. I've had to say things hidden in that. It is. You to have sounded like from the inside of the chair. In fact chair because I have a guy that is mogo in. I do not wonder even of you were mistaken. Quote, then, even the hid Suneya is somewhere. Also was allowed to put that Osaka of the newspaper to the top of the chair. I did was ante of the act. That's right. I'll thing that contains the you're just in case. And to counterfeiting of the newspaper. Did Nasu, trying Ijime yo at me. Quote, Pearl River refers to counterfeit? Stupid. Do what in a newspaper can be something suddenly forgery. That article also that photo is also a fact of genuine. Ho 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 ho. How much anything, Nanti's Sine is two people, such ridiculous. Do not I became two people. Here in Sine, who has been kidnapped am a fake. To look for Sine's ringer I had the confidence to help out how much would have broken a bone. of course safely. However, that the only child of a close friend, I so could not bring myself to expose to such danger. It is that girl that you were not fully believed that Sanae, that Yoko Sakurayama, by parents and relatives nor I orphans of you, and a little failure of the submitted a modern girl that I was. Only if poor daughter, to was able to complete specifications of this large play fairly, is that there was a ball so vile to pass my best even in the eyes of so much. Yoko is and Nani while or screaming or crying. It was not fully believe in me. I that come to the rescue always at all, was convinced. Quote, Reader's gentleman will be stored in a chapter called Mysterious Old Man of the People of this story. Rhino started. Deception work of Detective Kogoro Akechi was done at the time. Indeed that Old Man was none other than to disguise the figure of that is Akechi. And, from that night, Sanae's true, only Akechi is sheltered in a different location. To it an Irichi guy, Yoko Sakurayama that pretends to Sanae was then he entered the Iway's house. That from the next day, Mr. Sanae is alone with that confined to Ken. Showed up practicing reluctant even to be seen the face in the house people. Mr. Iway said his wife Sanae to the persecution that Uchisuku, and I decided that that was a kind of Kiyotsu disease. She did not even doubt and so it is fake. Actor the first time of Yoko is from this time. He was already outstanding. Name detective. According to listen to the story that with a surprisingly unexpectedly inherit black robe lady anymore, took off the helmet in front of the enemy from the base of the heart. A large person of one mysterious that Kogoro Akechi had become a feeling of more one to sincerely worship. But, ignorant Eric Urmanus of her subordinates, never did not worship him. On the contrary, as a fairly full-eaten the insolent person to the leader, and is a bitter enemy of their colleagues. Matsuko was Mokuso of the submarine. I felt the fury and the defunct hatred only. They had heard while scorching this long talk. But yeah, see, the question and answer has settled down. I could not take it anymore. It was a complicated, once you beat one of the cry becomes a fuse of 4 people total of giant. I jumped on him. The name detective isolated Mune. Even if with a Takamochi of woman bandits, it was not possible to discourage this momentum. Those occupying the throat from behind, that twist hard both hands, one that tries to overthrow pull taking the legs. Squid, such Kogoro Akechianen. To the enemy of the desperate, there was no sub to wield quite a force. Dangerous, dangerous. Pains and Kogitsuke up here. At the end of the last minute, or neither then will be such that the situation reversed. One generation of detective also. Finally for this Eric Urmanus, or neither then will end up like lose a life. But, to be downright strange, in the midst of this passion, it is that people also throw made cheerful loud laughter resounded. Moreover, the loud laughter Lord is, or was not a Kogoro Akechi. That person was Kumashika to the 4 men. It's well that what was. Wah ha 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 ha. You guys whether there is no I. Look good, but good. Look initially claimed in such combinations through the horror this glass is good. Because glasses. No difference in the glassed in things like example stuffed doll display field show window of. People were involuntarily doing I to such a person. They inadvertently also, in its glass, or what is happening. I did not notice any. There is also because of the passion, and, from the place location of the fighting, some in order to display plants had become diagonally across. Also because you did not reach the eye view and some of the glass was going on the accidents surprising be also. Dallas it is. In turn, aligned also set, or not had been dressed man of suit clothes. Men and women of stuffed is. In the attitude of the remains of the original, wearing a business suit shikatsumarashi clothes. It has returned spoofing. Of course we must work a Akechi. But until then once not twice. Would be one in which the boring mischief that what? But, wait, What would be the Akechi is not supposed to be such a meaningless prank. Also changing dress of this strange costume. Also something, or either than there was a tremendous meaning. Most early it was noticed it was indeed black clothes woman. Oh, do not go. Without also like to become a cold feet is appalled. Dalsus was up happened in Mugam Uku. Not the only hat hen costume. It had been replaced by a completely different thing also to the contents. Is there not a stuffed doll? A living human being? Or else take the doll seems to pose. I had been waiting to come up timing. Behold, the hand of the suit of the manus. Without exception pistol is held. Whether the snout is not being directed to the thieves. Sound that breaks the quickly things is slam. A large hole and gaping was love in the glass of the show window. Suit of men come jumping out quickly from the hole. I was patronized black lizard, white to meek. Horribly voice of large heiress golden ring. Modern of the valid shout to police officers. It has been unexpectedly often used. People of course suit was entering the underground in the guidance of Akechi. Was a group of masterful detective of the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. The best Akechi. Only Kitamura who was the entrance of the tension number is. Why bound to do? But asked whether the meaning is understood. It was implicitly was alluding to Rien of police officers. Signal of the signal to open the entrance. It had been made known to the Metropolitan Police Department by telephone from Akechi. By the signal, he criminal we were able to enter the effortlessly underground. Then, when entering the entrance was that of to have been processed Kitamura of the bottom of the lookout. Appropriately at the same time. It goes without saying that Akechi helped from inside. A while ago, but events during a while. Jun-chan had gone missing. They why immediately, or did not direct to the arrest of the black lizard. If for the Torimano Cho sufficiently effective was the order of Akechi, and a criminal, it is not the only blockhead. Not argues the pun. Needless to say another corps. He was heading to the sea pirates shipping cooperation with the water department. The other by now, men of black lizard, is. No doubt that they are Mashitora without leaving steamer Morotomo one person. Zokuto of the underground as well. And to quickly, bout in front of the criminal R pistol. Ferocious Eric your man is to Sashimo also. To the surprise attack such as this nightmare. Not even like that to do Temikai. Had been entirely over the rope. Jun-chan of nudity was no exception. However, only Black Lizard of the leader was a truly agile. First and foremost she has realized the meaning of the Sudal. To run away even faster. Shake off the arm that has been gripped in one of the criminal. As Asuka, elaborate escape to her boudoir at the back of the corridor. Over a key from among oops. Black Lizard wriggles. Black clothes woman, also from the dust of the underground kingdom queen. Was probably cannot bear the shame of bondage. Although with any escape unexpected is fate. At least gracefully the last moment. They hold up in a closed room. Cracking and must have tried to tato my life. At the same notice Koguro Akechi is a noisy Torimanocho place after. Was put subjected to single her boudoir. Hey, Academy, I have to say it. As one this Akechi, Pearl River me by all means open here. A sudden shout as there is no force voice answered from within. Mr. Akechi, if only you one person. Yes, I'm one person. Pearl River me open early. Sound by turning the key was. The door is opened. Up, or, if you're drunk the poison was slow. Depression Zama, shouted Akechi. Black clothes lady, while barely opened the door. She had fallen out on the spot. Akechi is kneeling on the floor. Put suffer the upper body of Josoku on top of the knee. It is at least tried and I'll ease the anguish of death scream. A fresh help no matter what they say. In peace sleep Pearl River. For Kun. I was engaged also in the eyes of the desperate. However, for my profession, it has also become a valuable experience I not ya hate anymore you. Oh, you think poor to even early, you to get to the struggle as there is. Mister that there is that which is not must keep in leader one that bid it was the goods. The Egyptian star, Mr. Oasis. But in order to give back to the buy, of course the original owner certainly go back and I fellowship. Akechi took out a large jewel from his pocket, was held up in front of the eyes of the woman thief. Black Lizard is by force smiled a smile. 2. Showed nodded 3 times. Mr. Sane? She's asking she or Ishiku. Sane? Oh, I think of Yoko Sakurayama. Peace of mind Shitame. Kagawa you and one cane. Out the other this cellar. Are under the protection of the police. Multiplied by the heart even to that girl. Now Osaka when I go back to. I'm going to get a sufficient reward for my way-san. I was lost to you. Everything. Not only lost the battle, the fact that he was defeated in a more of a different meaning. And say be included in the subtext. She began to sob. From both eyes of another Owazu. Tears fell overflowing without endlessly. I'm glad I know has been nestled in your arms. And could such a happy death away. Did not even imagine. Akechi was not then understand its meaning. There was no not taste the kind of mysterious feeling. But it was a feeling no soup to answer aloud. Confessions of a woman pirates of the death agony was odd as a mystery. She is the bitter enemy, and not even notice her own, or will had continued to love, to what therefore, when the buried Akechi in the darkness of the sea, attacked in that way vigorous emotions, or will the spilled tears that way, Akechi's, is he another anymore you're separate him, does not please listen to only one ask, lips, your lips, black clothes women limb had started the other convulsions. This is the last moment. Although the woman thief, I could not bring myself to dismiss this of Dani last moment wish. Akechi remains of silence, wearing a long and lips to another cold became amount of Black Lizard. To try to kill him the amount of the murderer, was the Imawano kiss, in the face of the woman bandits. I got heartfelt smile. Then, the smile remains unexpected. Yara disappeared. She had become stuck anymore. To there. Criminal who finished the Torimano Choas. Has been entered with the sound of many footsteps. Looking at the one in the eye this strange scene. Hadn't paralyzed to the entrance. Emotion was also a criminal who is said to be a demon. They are songs to those something solemn. It was even lost power to say for a while thing. Kataya woman pirate that was allowed shook the Issei. Black Lizard is. Thus was the extinct breath. The knee of Detective Kogoro Akechi to the pillow. While smiling, or else a happy up smile, was had died. Looking suddenly, when they fled shook off the hand of the best criminal. With the sleeve of the black robe was torn. Beautiful upper arm is turned to reveal. There, without the origin of her nickname. As although the tattoo of that black lizard, which the body is still raw now, as if mourn the separation of a husband. Faint too? Faint. It was felt on whether you are wriggling.